It Ends With Us actor reveals on-set details that may tear apart Blake Lively's nearly nude birth scene claim. Actor Adam Monshine, who appeared alongside Blake Lively in It Ends With Us, claims the movie star mischaracterized their scene together in her bombshell sexual harassment lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. "I'm not going to speculate as to Ms. Lively's motivations for mentioning me in the complaint. Needless to say, my experience working with her is very different than the one she described in her lawsuit," Monshine, who played Dr. Dunbar in the popular 2024 film, exclusively tells Page 6. "Indeed, I was surprised to read her description of the scene." Lively, 37, alleged in her initial complaint and the amended version filed in February, both of which Page 6 obtained, that she was disturbed by many of Baldoni's actions on set, including new scenes he chose to have in the film, such as a violative birthing scene for which he cast a friend as her OBGYN. She also claimed in the suit that the It Ends With Us director, 41, introduced his best friend to play the role of the OBGYN, when ordinarily, a small role of this nature would be filled by a local actor. Ms. Lively felt that the selection of Mr. Baldoni's friend for this intimate role, in which the actor's face and hands were in close proximity to her nearly nude genitalia for a birth scene, was invasive and humiliating, the complaint further alleged. Monshine, whose character helped deliver Lively's character Lily's baby in the aforementioned and pivotal hospital scene, maintains that everything that occurred when they filmed was above board. In response to Lively's claim that she was nearly nude, he alleges, her costume included a full hospital gown, black shorts, and torso-covering prosthetic to make her appear pregnant in addition to whatever personal garments she chose. Monshine further claims that the gossip girl alum never complained or expressed discomfort at any point because nothing unusual or improper occurred. It was entirely professional. The thespian, who on IMDb boasts a list of at least 10 acting credits prior to his appearance on It Ends With Us, a master's in fine arts from UCLA and a tour with the Tony Award-winning acting company, says he takes offense to Lively's implications in her lawsuit that he was not qualified for the OBGYN role. "Ms. Lively's insinuations regarding my qualifications are offensive, as my bona fides are easily searchable online," Monshine tells Page 6. "Lastly, I was, in fact, a local hire. My wife and I are from New York and spend significant time there. As such, I, like any actor accepting that contract, was required to cover my own travel and living expenses in connection with the job." Lively's rep declined to comment but pointed to the actress' previous claims in her suit, in which she described the set during the birth scene as chaotic, crowded, and utterly lacking in standard industry protections for filming nude scenes. Mr. Jamie Heath and Mr. Baldoni also failed to close the set, allowing non-essential crew to pass through while Ms. Lively was partially nude from below the chest down with her legs spread wide in stirrups and only a small piece of fabric covering her genitalia, the complaint further alleges. Contrary to the Wayfarer party's contention, the production did not maintain a closed set. Ms. Lively was not provided with anything with which to cover herself between takes until after she had made multiple requests. A source close to matter adds, "Blake was extremely uncomfortable and understandably so when she learned the actor who was placing his face between her legs was the boss's best friend. But apparently Baldoni and company think it was perfectly fine to have his best friend play that role, out of all the actors that could have been chosen." Monshine, meanwhile, adds that should Baldoni's lawyers call him to the witness stand in the upcoming March 2026 trial, he is willing to do so. "If I'm called to testify in the case, I will answer truthfully, and more freely, whatever is asked of me with all the legal protection that affords," he says. In particular, by noting that Ms. Lively was not nearly nude in the scene we shot together. Page 6 has reached out to Baldoni's legal team but did not immediately hear back. Monshine is not the first person to try and poke holes in Lively's lawsuit. Baldoni previously released raw behind-the-scenes footage of himself and the Age of Adeline star in an attempt to disprove her claim he was behaving inappropriately in a slow dance scene they filmed. Lively maintained the footage corroborated her version of the events, claiming the video was damning. Baldoni also released a website containing several text messages between the former co-stars, including one in particular that showed Lively allegedly invited him to her trailer once while she was pumping, despite her claim in her lawsuit that he invaded her privacy while walking in on her breastfeeding. Despite the information that has been made public, Lively has maintained that Baldoni sexually harassed her while making It Ends With Us and launched a smear campaign against her. She alleged she once texted a friend about the Jane the Virgin alum acting like a creep. Her husband, Ryan Reynolds, has also doubled down on his claim that Baldoni is a predator. The Wayfarer Studios co-founder has in response filed a $400 million defamation and extortion lawsuit against the married couple and their publicist, Leslie Sloan, and vehemently denied their allegations. Lively has asked a federal judge to throw out Baldoni's vengeful suit, claiming it was filed solely in retaliation for her speaking out about the alleged harassment. The judge has not ruled on this decision.